celebrations. This must be a great feeling.
Yeah, this is what we needed, a win today, and yeah, we all know that we have to win those games, especially against Spurs. What it means to the fans, you can see everyone is buzzing, so it's a great night for us.
That's it, a win in the North London derby. You've done the double over Tottenham. There's not many better things in a league season, is there?
No, definitely not. Yeah, we want to win every game, and especially those games. We know what it means to the fans, and we were up for it today, and we took the 3 points.
Your goal turned out to be the winner. Your first time scoring in a North London derby. What did that feel like?
Yeah, it's an amazing feeling, especially if that gives you the win as well. And I'm just happy for everyone. We worked so hard day in, day out, and I had to come, and today is the day, and now we need to look forward.
As a team, you have had so many chances lately, and things just haven't been falling quite right. How much did you need those goals to go in today?
Yeah, we're pushing every day, as I say, and yeah, it's the hardest thing in football is to get the ball in the net, and I think we could have scored more today as well, but obviously we're happy with the 3 points, and yeah, let's celebrate tonight.
Well, you do go second in the Premier League table. You're back there, 4 points now behind Liverpool. Is this now what you need? Is this the time to really put the pressure on them in the title race?
Yeah, we always want to put pressure on, and we just can look at ourselves, and that's try to win every game, and started today, and as I say, we need to look forward now and take all the positives from today, and let's enjoy this win.
Well played today, congratulations.
Thank you.
Leandro Trossard completing the turnaround for Arsenal in the North London derby as they beat Tottenham 2-1. And for highlights and reaction to all tonight's matches, just go to the TNT Sports app by scanning that QR code on your screen. And what a week it has been in the Premier League so far. Welcome back. Arsenal coming from a goal down at the Emirates to win the North London derby 2-1 against Tottenham and move within 4 points of the leaders Liverpool. Spurs 13th in the table now, closer to the relegation spots than Europe. And you can see what that means to Gabriel, the player of the match, as chosen by Ali McCoist. What a night for the fans here at the Emirates. You can feel the excitement, Rio, in this stadium. They feel they are right back up there challenging.
Oh, they are. And I've just come down from the gantry, so it's quite a walk. And I was walking with a lot of the Arsenal fans, and they were singing, they were happy, they were joyous. And I was mentioning in commentary about catalysts you need sometimes, and moments in seasons. North London derby, huge game. Get the 3 points. Can they now start building momentum? And I think that would be the key word, I think, going into the next few games.
And Peter said earlier that Tottenham just didn't do enough to win it, Martin. What are you thinking, do you think, if you're a Tottenham fan now? You're looking at that league table, 13th position, 11 defeats already this season out of 21 games.
Yeah, and Manchester United below them playing at home tomorrow.
All right, Martin.
Will probably go above Spurs. So, you know, it's a difficult moment for them. And the manager now is skating on thin ice, do you know? But his team tonight was. Look, I thought they did all right in the second half. They came after Arsenal. Arsenal didn't really control it. It was incredibly open. But you lose a game like that, you go 1-up. Those Arsenal players were brave, let me tell you. At 1-0, this fans, if Arsenal lose this game, it is also very pivotal. And maybe people are talking about how the season's now become a disaster. So this keeps Arsenal in the race. And it was, I thought the spirit, the determination they showed was quite outstanding to get back and win the game.
And Declan Rice joins us now. Good to see you, Declan.
Good to see you. Right, mate.
First of all, congratulations on that win. What does that mean to you, and what do you think it means for the fans tonight?
Well, you could tell tonight meant more than anything. I think from the first minute, you know, the first 45 minutes was just pure domination, and we showed that intent, that pressure, that desire. You could tell it was a derby, and to be honest with you, I think we're unlucky we probably didn't score 10 tonight. I think that's the feeling.
What was the message when you come out of the track? We said before the game they're going to see Arsenal, I'm sure, come out of the tracks fast. What was the messaging from the manager before the game?
You don't need a message. You've played in, you don't need a message. You know, when you play Spurs, you know what it means to the fans. And, you know, if you're a player and you can't get up for Spurs, then you shouldn't be playing football. Yeah. You know, you need to have that fire in your belly. And we had that tonight. And I think second half, you know, the game the game got stretched. You know, they could have maybe scored a couple, but you know, we could have had another 5 or 6, and that's the disappointing thing. But to win is the most important, and you know, hopefully now we can go on a run, because this is the most important part of the season.
Give you guys enough corners, you're going to score for one, and that's how the equaliser came. Another trademark Declan Rice delivery.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure I've got the assist of it. He said that it's gone down as an own goal.
There's no G, yeah.
No,
It's a great ball, by the way.
it's your assist, though, isn't it?
It's going on target, isn't it? Wait, let me see.
You're not getting this, Declan, I'm afraid.
Now, to be fair, I might not get it, but
Still
look,
a great delivery.
yeah. Look, I've put it in the area, and look, I understand probably why it's an own goal.
Are you practicing that delivery? Because you get it right so often.
No, I said to Crouchy the other day.
We discussed deliveries all day the other day.
We're playing so much that we don't get a lot of time to practice. It might sound crazy, but I just know now the spot I need to put it in, and it's just about repetition. And
How pleased were you to see that go in from Trossard there? You know,
Yes.
so Partey does exceptionally well.
Amazing, yeah.
Porro, I mean, you must be aware Porro's up the pitch, so it's
Yeah.
an area you're going to aim for.
Yeah, definitely. I think with Spurs, you know, they're a transition team. You know, they don't care. They keep playing the ball short. You know, they want to keep attacking, and obviously we win the ball high, and they're open, and Leo on his left foot, his left and right foot.
What about your role here tonight? Because you're playing in that midfield and you're flying forward 1 minute, and then you're all the way back at the next.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes think, well, I should just sit there occasionally? Because if I were playing behind you, I want you to sit more often.
Do you know what? I just get excited. You know, that I just get an extra bit of energy to just keep going, and you know, I want to run. And you know, tonight I was probably more of a box-to-box role, but I think with our centre halves, you know, you can be sure that I'm allowed to attack, because them two clean up everything. And obviously Thomas tonight was unbelievable, and the young boy Miles again is just
Taking liberties.
he's just unbelievable for 18. What he showed tonight was just ridiculous.
Dec, we were speaking before about you becoming a bit of a leader in this team, you know, taking the young players under your wing. I know you've taken Miles under your wing a little bit, looking after him. Just talk us through his performance tonight, because it's a North London derby, it's a huge game, under a little bit of pressure at the moment. 18 years old to perform the way he did.
It's scary. I think I said to you the other day, the 18-year-olds now, they've got no fear. They've got no fear whatsoever. And I think there was 4 or 5 times in the second half here. You know, he's got that Moussa Dembele try. I'm not just saying it, where he uses his body to get away from stuff. And sometimes, yeah, okay, it's risky, but to show that at 18 and the personality and character, honestly, he's unbelievable.
Is that 18-year-olds, or is that just is it just them individuals? Because we spoke before, and you said about Ethan Newary as well, and Max Dowman, even another younger one who hasn't played yet. But you're saying that these guys have a different mentality and mindset.
Do you know what as well? I'm going to mention them because they're Spurs players, but like Archie Gray, Bergvall, they're both 18 as well. And they're playing week in, week out. Mikey Moore, like, there's guys in the Prem now that are playing, and they're younger and younger and younger, and they've got no fear. And it's so good to see.
Does Lewis Skelly now, do we start to talk about international football? Because, I mean, I know the sky is the limit for him, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, he's been not out of place at all.
I know. Well, he is a midfielder by trade, you know. He can play 6, he can play 8. Obviously, he's coming to the team playing left back. Suits him coming inside. To know these roles and to understand what he's learning now at 18 is unbelievable. You know, it's only going to stand him in good stead. And look, who knows what England holds for him? But I know they think highly of him there. And look, there's a lot of competitions for places all over the pitch for England. So we will need to keep performing with a new manager.
Just to talk about the bigger picture for Arsenal, and going into this game, a lot of talk was about a number 9 and not having a number, especially with Gabriel Jesus getting injured and Nketiah leaving earlier in the season. What's your thoughts as a player in the building, in that type of position, and what you'd like to see maybe in the transfer window? We all talk as players, we used to do that ourselves, I'm sure you guys do too.
Yeah, look, I think now obviously where we've lost Gabby, he's probably going to be out for a year with an ACL. It was the loudest cheer tonight when his name got called out. You could tell that meant a lot to him, and the way he just fights and scraps for 90 minutes and does it week in, week out. Right? Yeah, he might not score every week, but what he does for the team is the most important, and he's been brilliant for us.
I think that's an important thing. I think we've spoken before, and the way you've spoke glowingly, even more than this, in private about Kai Havertz, it showed the respect levels in the change room is the most important thing, isn't it, than the noise outside?
100%. And I think, like, he can play 9, he can play 8, he can play 10, he can play on the wing. He can play so many positions, and he knows every position to such a high level. And you need players like that, you know, especially under this manager who will give anything at any time. And like I said, tonight he played really well, and the most important thing was a derby win, which is massive.
Which you've got. Declan, thank you so much for coming out to
Thank
join
you.
us. Congratulations.
No worries, have a good night, yeah?
Go and get warm.
Enjoy.
Yeah, give me that, give me that.
Enjoy the celebration.
Well done, mate. Brilliant. Well played.
Cheers.
Take care,
well
man.
done. Crouchy spoke about how much of a leader he's becoming in this side. When you chat to him, Rio, you can see just why.
Well, when he was leaving West Ham and there was loads of clubs interested in him, and everyone was saying, what's so great about him? I was saying, put aside his ability. I think that's unquestionable. He's got a great ability. He can play several positions. And he does them well to a high standard. But I thought the most important part for him and for a football club was you're getting a man. You're getting a man who can actually ram the troops and rally the troops up and really lead people. And I think it's a bit of a throwback in that sense, and there aren't many of them around. So if you could get your hands on someone like that, he's great for the changing room, great for the spirit, especially when things aren't going so well. And I think in this period of time, they needed probably someone like him in there, among others, to make sure that they remain steady in there and calm.
And while Martin was giving him a bit of positional advice, it was nice to hear him say that he just gets excited in a game like that. Was it nice to see him just enjoying the game in the way he did?
It is, and sometimes you need the little voice behind you saying, hold on, just sit in for a minute, because maybe my legs are gone at the moment, so I need you to sit there. But he can play any position. He plays the 6, he can play the 8. I mean, in the finished Arsenal team, when it's completely finished, I think he plays as a 6. But for now, you can enjoy that work rate. His engine's remarkable. He gets up and down. His technique's improved. His passing range. He's really got everything. But you want him. For instance, for the first goal, Partey's coming out, doesn't really quite get there, but I'm pretty certain Declan would have done.
Do you know what I think? I think you take something away from him. I think he's got too much going the other way if you just narrow him down to a 6. I think he's got that 8 position where he can get up and down the pitch. Crouchy mentioned before the game, his ability to turn defence into attack and cover like 30, 40 yards with the ball and then play the right pass. I think playing in the 6 and saying, right, stay there, I think he's got too much to do that. I think there's other players who think they could do that and he could get more out of him the other way.
I think he's got the energy to do both, though, Rio. I genuinely do. I think there was one little moment in the second half where he sweeped up and he was behind the two centre halves. But then you see him and he's in the box. He's all action. He can carry the ball. He's from defence into attack, and he's got everything a midfielder needs.
That's why the 8. I think the 8's him, man.
But such an asset for the club that he can switch between the two positions. We spoke a little bit earlier, Crouchy, about Martin Ødegaard, just how much he makes everything tick for Arsenal. Just overall, how do you assess his night?
Yeah, I think in the last 2 games, he's 14 chances he's created. I mean, literally everything goes through him. He's silky. I think there was one little touch. I think Ali and Rio, you were loving. I think you said he had Velcro on his boots. It was this is the touch there. Absolutely beautiful. It's not just for show. He's making things happen for the team. If you look at the 2 centre halves and the midfielders, everyone just tries to get him on the ball. He finds the little pockets. So intelligent the way he plays. He's blossomed into the player that we all thought he would become when he was at Real Madrid.
And the work rate as well, Crouchy. He's covered more distance today than any other player. Boss, how you doing?
Mikel, how are you? Okay, yeah, good.
Mikel Arteta just coming out to join us there. Mikel, the guys are just waxing lyrical about Martin Ødegaard in his performance and just the player that he is, and what a joy he is for them to watch. I'm sure you agree.
Yeah, well, I think the boys were outstanding today. I think we played less than 72 hours ago, 120 minutes in a competition that we are out, and psychologically it's not easy, but the way we perform and play today, I think it was exceptional.
How was that for you on the touchline? Because with just 1 goal in it, I'm sure you couldn't relax at the end. It was still very open.
Yeah, I think we made it harder for ourselves because I think we deserve to score at least 1 or 2 more. But yeah, we have to suffer. We have the capacity to do that as well. But the attitude, for me, was outstanding. The way they played, the purpose that they played, the intensity, it was really good.
And how does that now set you up going into a crucial period? You've got the Champions League back next week as well. Just 4 points off Liverpool now, so right back in it. What foundation does that give you for the rest of the season?
Nothing. Tomorrow and the next game, because we play every 3 days. So the foundation of the last game, that we were incredibly good against United and we end up losing the game somehow, is the next day. It's about the next day. Today we won, great, enjoy now for a few hours, and now it's Villa again.
But in terms of getting your confidence back after what's been a tough week and a tough couple of cup games?
My confidence comes seeing them every single day and the way they perform. It's not about a result. If a result is going to take my confidence out or in, then we shouldn't be doing this.
But Mikel, it's been a difficult time, hasn't it? So the Newcastle defeat, the Manchester United going out, and then you go a goal down. Yeah. And you must be thinking the tide's really against us here, and we're totally dominating the game 25 minutes in. So you've really had to dig. The team's shown a great deal of spirit here and brave on the ball to keep going, but you must have been thinking, hold on, have I run over a cat or something? Because it's been a really difficult few days.
Well, we cannot feel sorry for ourselves. I mean, what we can control is performance, and performance is there, and it's been there constantly. The results, this is unfortunately, football is so volatile, and what you deserve, you don't occasionally get it most of the time. Long term, medium term, I'm sure we will do, and today they've done it again.
Mikel, we had Declan on earlier and I asked him the same question. I think all your fan base, the question they all want to know the answer to is, with the injury to have Gabriel Jesus now, is that an area now looking into kind of reinforcing within the squad?
Yes, for sure, because we lost 2 players, big players. Bukayo that can be out for up to 3 months, so that's a long time, and Gavi that's going to be out for a long time.
This window,
So
do you think?
we're going to try for sure. I mean, we are actively looking at things. We have lost 2 very important players. We have 14 players in the squad, and we play every 3 days. So
tough.
we will try, but let's see what we can get.
And just quickly, Miles Lewis Skelly tonight, Declan Rice was singing his praises. Just
Unbelievable.
18, Mikel, just what do you think about the way he's developing and just how confident
He was phenomenal today, I think. He's a real personality, you know. He has so much trust in himself. He has an attitude about him. Because you have to play against Kulusevski and Johnson here. It's not easy. The way he handled the situation, the occasion as well, it was top, I think.
Well done tonight, Mikel.
Okay.
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
joining
much.
us.
Thank you, Ria.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Take
Do
care.
you know that point there he made there about Lewis Skelly playing against
You could
2
see
players?
the smile on his face.
Yeah, but you know
when he
the
spoke
point is
him.
about playing against 2 types of players. You know, it's like you prepare, Kulusevski's his player. That's the one you're playing against today. And then all of a sudden Johnson comes on, a totally different player, a player who has been effective this season and produced moments as well. But to deal with them both with the aplomb that he did, I mean, he deserves huge credit.
But we also sense from the manager, don't you, that the joy he has to be able to put a player in from the academy who's ready, who's good enough, and who's performing like that. There's a joy in that for him, and he just wants to see as many of those players coming through the system and into the team.
Well, guys, we must take a quick break now, but when we come back, we'll have more reaction from the Tottenham camp. A tough night for Ange Postecoglou. His side took the lead in the North London derby, but they've gone on to lose 2-1. They're 13th in the table, and they've lost 11 games already this season.
Soaked up.